Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of ReZero Starting Life in Another World Season 2 on episode 36 or episode 11 in terms of Season 2 of ReZero. Anyways, this episode right here, man, talk about a way to give a lot of hope only to turn to despair. I'm not playing. I mean, I had some hope of seeing some light, but, instead I get a big slap in the face by this episode saying, ha ha ha, I can't believe you've been so hopeful. Those of you guys who watch the episode, you get the idea. Those who haven't, you might be thinking, okay, what in heck are you talking about? Alright, let's just get the started right away, okay? We have to that Subaru talks to Bieko or Beatrice about the situation. Not to mention, we get to see that Beatrice was actually a acquaintance or a contract to Echidna, which agreed, or Gluttony. Which agreed, yeah. I don't know what the heck am I doing. Anyways, we get to know that Beatrice has been waiting 400 years for the contract to expire or for someone to actually take her life, Now, this may seem a little confusing from what I'm trying to say, but unless you guys watch the entire episode, you'll get the idea. When I look at Beatrice and Subaru's conversation, Beatrice seems to be in total disarray or very emotional because she's been waiting 400 years and that she couldn't really handle living this long and that she wanted to go away, disappear, That's her freaking deep wish, and Subaru tries to scold her saying, don't freaking say something like that so easily, huh? Etc. And we have to it that before they could get the conversation a little further, or maybe Subaru making some kind of possible asking for help kind of thing, they get interrupted by Elsa, that major antagonist throughout this season, We have to it that she knows of Beatrice or Bieko's spell isolation. She just had to open all the doors in the mansion, and then she'll get led right to Bieko. And we have to it that she tells us that it's only natural to attack the village since there's always refugees there, And knowing that they had to escape, Bieko ends up using Shamak instead of Subaru, and they end up escaping. But unfortunately, they get blocked by the little girl named Meili, which apparently is that same little chick flick from season 1, who apparently is an antagonist, knowing that she's a magic beast user, And she ends up explaining that she actually met the big maid and Petra, and that she killed them already, This only upsets Subaru, and we have to it that Elsa interrupts Subaru and Bieko and Meili, and we have to it that Bieko shows her power and she actually gives Elsa some trouble. It looked like she actually defeated her, and then by that time, Bieko was about to attack the little girl, but Subaru says otherwise. No, wait, stop. We should at least try to talk to her. I don't want you to kill some kind of girl, some little kid right away, But unfortunately, because of Subaru's ridiculous good conscience whatsoever, along with distractions, Bieko or Beatrice gets stabbed in the back by Elsa, who apparently seemed like she got out unscathed, It looks like it didn't kill her after all. And we have to it that Subaru tries to keep her alive, but unfortunately for her, she's already dissipating or something. And Subaru will end up losing an eye by Elsa, who's pretty much sick of him, And all of a sudden, the jewel he had ends up teleporting him to where Amelia is at the sanctuary, And it looks like to me, Amelia went mad saying, oh, I missed you so much, where were you, that kind of thing. And I don't know, it looks like to me she went a little crazy, or yandere, if that's the perfect word for you, if you even know what that word means. All I could tell you, in other words, if you don't know what that means, is that she's driven a little insane, saying, oh, I missed you, where were you, you're the only one for me, I love you. I'm like, okay, now this is just awkward, there's no way she'd be saying that. And the moment he gets out of the sanctuary, Garfield was asking him, hey man, what the hell is going on? And it looks like Garfield gotten really ticked off because of what Subaru was telling him about, you know. And later on, he ends up looking at the eyes of despair in his eyes, saying that something happened to her to make her like turn out the way she is. Even Garfield tells Subaru, "So why is there snow everywhere, dude? What the heck is going on?" And we have to it that like that Subaru says like someone is actually making the snow, and they end up realizing it was Roswell after Garfield and Subaru deduced it correctly, you know. We have to it that that Garfield was about to get into a nasty situation with Roswell again, but we have to it that Ram stops Garfield, tells him to back off and calm down, but that does not stop him. And we have to it that Roswell takes advantage of Ram that's in front of him, and that's Ram that's in front of him, that's in front of Garfield, and used her as a way to attack Garfield. And we have to it that Ram gets pierced by Roswell, and then by that time Ram falls to the floor dead while Garfield's trying to heal her because he really cares for her. And by that time he gets so angry he's about to transform, but we have to it that Roswell kicks Garfield and instantly kills him, or beheads him with this kick. We also get to know that Roswell actually knows about Subaru's ability. I mean, in an implicit way, he knows what Subaru can do. By that time, he ends up beating Subaru up to tell him you gotta restart, you know? But unfortunately, before they could get the conversation out a little further, they are later on interrupted by the Great Rabbit, which we all know who that thing is a couple episodes back. And, you know, by that time, knowing that his timing up is everything all together, he and Subaru exchange a couple last words with each other before Roswell decides to give some advice to Subaru, saying that protect something you care for the most, and by that time you'll catch up to me, you'll end up being like me, you know, that kind of thing. Whatever the case may be, he gives Subaru some advice what to do, you know. Otherwise, you won't be able to get the future you want. And, you know, we get to know during that conversation he has a different desire or wish to be granted, you know. And that the book he has is actually the same as Beatrice or Biaco, but a little bit different, possibly. Whatever the case may be, Roswell gives his last piece of advice to Subaru before he gets chewed up by the Great Rabbit, and Subaru ends up going to Amelia, who apparently is all bloodied, chewed up, and bitten up, you know. And we have to it that, like, that Subaru will later on be given a lap pedal by the crazy Amelia whatsoever, and later on by that time, we have to it that, this Amelia who was driven insane whatsoever ends up like giving him, I guess, a kiss before he ends up dying, and, you know, return by death kind of thing ability, and that's about it. So yeah, like I said, I was kind of hopeful of what Subaru would do with Beatrice and possibly turn this thing around to possibly defeat Elsa, you know, and possibly the interpreter, the other person, which is Meilu, you know. And apparently that did not become the case. He ends up having to lose an eye and gets teleported because of the crystal he had in his pocket to where Amelia is at. Garfield interrogates Subaru about some questions. They end up going to Roswell. Roswell confesses. Garfield's about to pick a fight with Roswell, but Ram stops him. Roswell takes advantage of this, killing both Ram and Garfield, and telling Subaru everything that he knows, and beats him up, and later on gives him one last piece of advice, what to do, you know. And by that time, Subaru goes to, like, whatchamacallit, he goes to Amelia towards the end of the episode, is given a lap pedal before he dies. So yeah, talk about a way to, like, say, what the hell, you know. So I don't know what's really bound to happen next, but one thing for sure, next episode, can't say I can't have high hopes, because after these last couple of episodes when I thought my hope will be good for him, he's just in nasty, hellish despair right now, and he's the only one that remembers all this. And knowing that Rosewell knows what's up with Subaru, yeah. Until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!